It's Mental Health Awareness Month, and I think it's important to talk about all aspects of mental health. I think the last video I did was about bipolar, and hey, what's up? And today I just want to briefly speak to anxiety. So you guys hear me talk about EFT all the time, and anxiety is one of my favorite things to use tapping on, because when we have anxiety, our nervous system is going on high alert into fight, flight, or freeze mode. And there's a lot of different things that can trigger anxiety, but it's usually always coming from a place of either PTSD, like some kind of trauma that's being triggered, or our thoughts have spiraled out of control, and that has caused a physiological experience in the body. It's now being shown through research that we can have anxiety attacks like hours upon hours after the particular trigger. So it's really great to have a tool that you can use in the moment so you don't have to think about it. It just is something you can apply right away, and that's why I love EFT. There's different ways that we can pause our mind spirals, which sometimes is easier than others, but that's another thing I love to use EFT for. So when we're having some kind of a trigger, like somebody says something that triggers an old memory, we might not even be conscious of it, or something happens, whether it's anxiety, social anxiety, any other kind of insecurities that come up, like I said, our nervous system goes into fight, flight, or freeze mode. So when we're tapping, what it does is it automatically takes the body into calm. So it activates the opposite, which is the parasympathetic nervous system. So it forces the physiology of our body to move into a place of calm, of peace, brings our cortisol levels down, brings the stress levels down automatically, which is awesome because you don't even have to think about anything, you just start tapping. And it's important because in those moments that can trigger something else, and that can lead to something else that can turn into emotional eating or drinking or medicating or whatever. So tapping is amazing. I love it for anxiety. Anxiety is also a messenger. It's often telling us what needs to be healed. So if it's a trigger from something that happened, that's something to have awareness around, where you can actually look deeper into it, ask yourself what needs to be healed. Doing journaling on it is wonderful. And also to become more aware of your thoughts. Like, what is it that you're thinking of that's causing you so much anxiety? Most of the time, we're not aware of our thoughts. We don't know what we're thinking because there's so many thoughts that we're having every day. It's just so automatic. But a lot of times we're playing this old tape in our head of negative thoughts that make us feel bad about ourselves, that it's just something that we were told or something we picked up when we were a kid or growing up in our culture, family, whatever. And when we can take a step back and kind of like see the thoughts like as if they're on a screen in front of us and become aware of them, we start to take the power away from those negative thoughts, and it really calms down that anxiety. And when you become aware of them, that's the first step to being able to stop them. I have some really great tools that I'll share with you guys later on another way that I do that besides tapping. But sometimes it's just a matter of figuring out like what caused this spiral. What was I thinking about when I first started getting anxious? What was I thinking about before I started getting anxious? Like social anxiety. You're so worried about what other people are thinking about you, right? I mean, that's what you're thinking about. Like, oh my God, is this person judging me? Is this person looking at me funny? What if I sound stupid? All these cycle questions that we're asking ourselves, all these statements we're making about ourselves that are negative, that are just hurting our self-esteem and then making us more nervous and more anxious. And it's just a cycle. So, I mean, I tell my clients, like, if you are having anxiety, social situations, excuse yourself to the bathroom and go tap on it because it's that powerful. So, I have an anxiety EFT video in my IGTV. It's old. I have long brown hair. I feel like I look 5 years younger. But it's a really good one. You actually watch me tap through an anxiety attack that I'm having in that moment. So you get to see it work in real time. It's super good. So now that you've watched this video, head on over to my IGTV and tap along with me so you can learn how to tap on your anxiety. It's awesome. You're going to love it. Okay, have a great day, guys. Bye.